Hey guys, welcome to the review show. My name's Austin, and welcome back to our Fast and Furious series. This month is going to be packed with this series. We have Fast 5 talking about, we have Fast 6, 7, and next month will be 8, and next after that will be 9, I think, right? Yes. I basically have a lot on my plate. Fast 10 trailer dropped today. I already watched it. I was thinking, like, maybe I should do a reaction to it. I already watched it, so I don't feel like doing a reaction to it. But I do have some thoughts, so I might do like a trailer thought short on it. And man, doesn't it go out crazy? If you guys don't know, that this series does contain spoilers of the movies, so if you haven't seen Fast 5, go out and watch it and come back. If anything, this is one of my favorite ones out of the after Tokyo Drift. And so, yeah, go watch it and come back and click on this video. It'll still be here, but let's get right into the review. Sort of where everything starts sort of changing, like at least the formula of Fast and the Furious, where it kind of stops being about racing. This one still has that racing feel to it, but it kind of goes into the realm of action and more like over-the-top action, but more ingrained into reality, where it doesn't go too far, where they go to fucking space. Yeah, never thought that would happen. This movie is just fun. Like, this movie knows what it is, and it also, the story itself is good. Literally, after Fast and Furious 4, Dominic Toretto, Brian, and Mia are all on the run. They're being hunted by literally every police station at the FBI, even private agents are hunting down these three people, and so basically they're just on the run. And after this one heist that sort of kind of goes wrong, Vincent basically needed their help with this train heist where they need to steal cars, and it basically all goes wrong, where Paul Walker and Vin Diesel are basically driving towards this bridge, and Paul Walker's still on the train. Vin Diesel is trying to get Paul in the car. So literally at the last moment, Paul jumps onto the car, and basically they drive off a cliff into like this little, I guess, lake area. And so I'm like, when I look at that, it's like, did they actually do that? And I swear it looks so real that they actually did it, and I believe that they actually did it. I didn't have time to actually look this up and see if they actually did it. But one of the things that majority in this film they actually did, and it feels so real and genuine. And I just, whenever a film actually goes out of their way to actually do the stunts and like actually throw a car off a cliff, it has so much more meaning to it, and it actually elevates the film and brings it all together, and it's so good. I love the actions in these films, and even the car chases in this film. Like the final third act in this film is a little bit over the top and kind of stupid when they have to drag this big ass safe. But at least it feels cool, and it's like, okay, you know what? I can buy that somewhat. I can sort of buy that. It's something like oh, these are really strong cars. They can actually pull it, even though that they're Challengers and they probably wouldn't be able to pull jack shit. I can buy it. I can let that, like, my disbelief, suspicious disbelief, let that go, at least for that. More than than flipping a freaking tank in the next one. The next films after this is gonna be fun to talk about, isn't it? Oh boy. But this sort of turns into sort of like a slash avenge type of story, where the guy that hires Vince hires Paul Walker and Vin Diesel, that hired them, portrayed them, or well, they feel betrayed and they want revenge. So then they kind of come after them. They kill. Vince dies in this sort of situation, or no, he dies. Well, he dies later on in the movie. But in this whole entire mix-up, they decided to rob the guy that hired them and basically got them screwed over. And now that that Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, the first movie that he's in of the franchise, is now looking after them after this incident on the heist, because Vin never really, was really prepared like, Vin Diesel would be. And so, but yeah, so, and also Dwayne Johnson is the first one to say the F word in the whole entire franchise, so good to him. And honestly, Dwayne Johnson really adds something to this film. He just adds this, like, he works really well as a sort of antagonist in this film. He's sort of the antagonist, but then he works with the family and becomes the family after that, after everything sort of goes wrong. But seeing like, it's just like Dwayne Johnson chasing them, it's honestly cool. And I wish that he actually won the fucking fight and not Vin Diesel, because Vin Diesel is smaller than Dwayne Johnson, and Dwayne Johnson would have freaking kicked his ass. But whatever, not my franchise, can't really say what the There is a lot of good stuff in this film, but there's also kind of pointless stuff in this film, like setting up a new romance with one of the police officers that are chasing Dom, and Dom like sort of has a thing for her. They sort of hint at it, and it's sort of confirmed in Fast 6 that they get together, and it's like, why are you setting this up at all, when at the end of this film you set up that, oh, Letty's actually not dead, and the next one is all about getting Letty back, and so he leaves her to go back to Letty. It's like, it doesn't make any sense why you're setting this up. It literally has no purpose to set it up, because it's like you're just undoing everything. Literally, this film, the end of this film undoes the point of the previous film. It's like they come up with something, they do the twist, and it's like, people are really upset about, or not people were upset about it. It's like, oh, this is the whole point of the movie. All right, sweet. That was cool. You added character development. Let's just undo that in the next film. Literally, and with Han's character and Gal Gadot's character. I don't really remember her character's name at all, but in Fast 6, she dies, and they were setting up a love interest between them, and it's like, well, but theirs is kind of like a little bit better, but her death has literally no impact, and she doesn't really do anything in the film. She's just like, was there, and it's like, okay, you go to Tokyo, bye, and next he dies in 7, and NX9 undoes 7. What is up with these films? Like, undoing the whole of their old previous movies. Like, it doesn't make any sense. And and there's theories of Gal Gadot coming back in Fast 10 or Fast 11 if Fast 10 does really well enough. Fuck. Like, that's kind of my little gripes about it. There's other stuff as well that I can overlook, like, for example, the safe thing, and also the twist at the end of Dwayne Johnson not knowing that they swapped the saves. So yeah, there's a couple of dumb moments, but I do enjoy the action pieces. I do enjoy the characters in this film, and the story is pretty good. It's sort of a change up on the revenge type of side of things. And which I think is funny enough, when this review is coming out, their Fast 10 is supposed to set up is revisiting 5. So something in 5 happened. It's like this is like the most messiest franchise ever. And that's just mostly because they don't know what to do with this franchise, and when 5 should have honestly been the last one. It set it up to be the last one, besides that post-credit scene. But that post-credit scene could have been a spin-off, and it doesn't have to affect anything, but it does, because they don't know what the fuck to do. And I think this film made $1 billion at the box office. The only reason why they kept making more after it. But yeah, I did enjoy this, but what it sets up later on for the later films is what kind of hurts it. I'm gonna go into Fast 10 and like forget about that they were stealing fucking VCRs in the first film, and that this is just a Elseworld type of thing. That's what I'm gonna try to go in with Fast 10. I hope. I'm gonna give Fast 5 and B+. I really do enjoy it. It's one of my favorite films in the franchise. And honestly, if anyone wanted, it's like, hey, you want to watch Fast and the Furious? Yeah, let's watch Fast, the first one. Let's watch Too Fast. Maybe Tokyo Drift if you're in the mood, but definitely Fast 5. And that's kind of like it. That's kind of like the end of the line. I might watch like Furious 7 because that one's, at least the action in that one's fine. It's enjoyable, and I also like to give, and it's like a respect for Paul Walker. Like that's the like only kind of reason why I like it in some form. But there is stuff somewhat in it I do like. But we'll get to that when we get to that. But anyway, thanks for watching. And like always, I'll see you guys in the next review. Bye, guys.